What is ERP? Well, first off, it's a horrible acronym because even after I tell you what it stands for, it's not going to help you understand it. It's Enterprise Resource Planning. For context, this phrase was invented in the 90s when all the big companies like IBM, Ford, Boeing were all on mainframes. Can these big companies even explain what ERP is? Let's take a company like Oracle. They do about $40 billion a year, and they say Enterprise Resource Planning refers to a type of software that organizations use to manage day-to-day business activities such as accounting, procurement, project management, risk management and compliance, and supply chain operations. A complete ERP suite also includes enterprise performance management. I'm going to stop myself right there because you can see this is a bunch of corporate buzzword nonsense. But this category of software does exist, so I'm going to rename it to something simpler and then explain that to you. How about ECS, Entire Company Software? That makes way more sense. So here we go. Let's think about a big construction supply company. You've got the suits all the way at the top with their boardrooms and finance. You've got the managers in the middle checking product demand and ordering materials by the container load from overseas. There's also the shift leaders in the various departments like the warehouse and showroom sales and accounts payable. And it's all built on top of the heroes doing the work on the ground. The guys driving forklifts, loading customer vans, and running the cash registers. If we imagine a system where all these people are logging into the same tool to do their job, that's entire company software. And that part makes sense. For the financials at the top to be right, they have to be directly connected to each sale made all the way down to the bottom, which needs to be connected to all the costs that came from buying, shipping, and storing those materials. So this ECS, this entire company software, is going to be the main tool that everyone uses to do the work of the company. Now, is it really everything? Every piece of software in the entire company? No. For example, is there like an ERP that has a Photoshop clone built into it for the marketing department? No, that doesn't exist. So there's a spectrum. It goes from a couple of things all the way up to almost everything. The minimum qualifications to get into the ERP class of software could probably start at accounting plus one other thing. That one other thing might be purchasing or inventory or project planning or human resources, but if it's just accounting, then what you have is an accounting package, not an ERP. QuickBooks or Xero is a good example of software that doesn't qualify as ERP. Those are just accounting packages. Don't get me wrong, for millions of tiny simple businesses, that's going to work out just fine. Another example is point of sale software. If all it does is ring up sales and print receipts, then what you have is an electric cash register, not an ERP. Accounting and point of sales, those are just parts of a proper ERP or entire company software. On the top end, take a product like SaaS or Microsoft Dynamics 365, and there's just about everything in there. Budgeting, simultaneous multinational currencies, multiple sub-corporations with financial reporting all connected, and that's why it's possible to be paying $1 million a year for those products. Does a contractor supply company with a few stores need something like that? Absolutely not. There's some other great options out there that are a much better fit for an operation that size. In fact, a great one comes to mind. Check it out.